Force 99.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Dad Batch Podcast, episode 111. Welcome to the YouTube live show. You did it. You made it. You're here. We want to see you again, so be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit subscribe, ring that bell, get notified when we go live and post new videos, you get that notification. Feel free to use that super chat button, and we'll read your comment live on the show. Make sure you masturbate that like button too.
Whoa. Heyo.
Legal. That's legal.
My name is Stevie Kicks, and I am one of your 4 hosts today. And with us, as always, the other Dad Batchers, your space daddies. First up, he doesn't look like Luke, but he sure does smell like Luke. It's Brian Cook. How are you, buddy?
I know what Luke smells like inside and out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, unfortunately, everybody does.
Long time no see. How are you?
I'm good, dude. You made it back all right. Yeah.
So did you. Yeah, we're alive.
I did.
Yay.
What a weekend.
Next up, he's mastered weathering and chroming.
Hello.
And now he's... Hello.
Hi. Can you hear me? Sorry. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Next up, he's mastered weathering and chroming. And now he's a student of the fine art of mini making. It's John Rodriguez.
That is tiny.
How are you, man?
Dude, they're so tiny.
That's what she
They're-
said.
That's what
They're
Beat me
very.
to it.
They are very small.
That was my line.
I was going to be disappointed if somebody didn't say it.
So I knew it was coming. I just.
That's
what
also
she
what she said.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Next up, he's the commanding officer of the 501st Legion Southern California Garrison. It's Raimi Shanaday. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm barely getting back on California time.
Yeah,
I'm not a good
recovered?
traveler. I'm not.
Traveling sucks.
It does. You know,
Traveling sucks.
I
Being there and getting back
realized
is cool, but-
I realized very quickly, and Brian pointed it out many times. I am not good out of my comfort zone. I'm not good out of my element. I'm not good at traveling. I'm not good at standing all day at a convention.
You're good in the
things to
moment.
do.
I've traveled with all of you guys, and when we're all there, we're all fine.
Yeah.
But when we get home, we're like, oh, what were we thinking? You know?
And you know what else too is I think I found out at New York, and we'll get into all this later, but I really feed off of the group. Like the energy that Brian has I can only like siphon off so much of it. Yeah. But man, when like San Diego, when we're all in San Diego together, oh dude, I could just 24 hours I could go. New York, different story.
Well,
But
I had the easier job. Well, I wouldn't say well,
you just had to act like a
more exciting job.
You
yeah.
just had to be yourself, right?
Pretty much.
Oh,
Apparently,
okay. So I guess we should let's just get into it. So everybody, welcome back to the show, including myself. Brian and I are back from New York. Raimi, John, you guys did amazing last week. I was listening to the pod after I got out.
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible.
You know what? It's a different vibe when there's just like 2 or 3, right?
Well, it depends, because the flavors change if there's less. If it's 2 people by themselves, and depending on who the 2 people are, I'm sure it's the dynamic is so different every time.
The flavor does change. It was like tasting the 2 of you more.
Mm-hmm. It was more like a honey mustard than a ketchup. Yeah.
sounds like my weekend. Tasting Luke all weekend.
Oh man.
Just. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask, Brian. Was the suit disgusting? Was it like just nasty, like when Luke had it? Because I was behind Luke in SD when we were walking back or something, and it was like ripe. So I imagine.
I mean, I don't. Are Steven, are we going all the way in? Yes, the suit.
Yeah.
Smelled. The suit smelled, and I had a routine, and I think the ironic thing was I brought like compression gear, like Under Armour, like compression gear, which like has antimicrobial and like anti-smell stuff. So ironically, when I would take the suit off, and I had the suit on from 10 to 5 like every day, and when I took it off, like I didn't smell, which was
So
weird.
it worked. It
Which was-
worked. Yeah.
Work, but I had like a routine every night. It was like Steven had the harder job, dealing with people all day in a different aspect.
Oh,
And-
Rami, I have the number, by the way. Let me grab that.
But we would get back to the room, and like Steven's probably like, took a shower and he's naked in his underwear sitting on a bed, and I'm like airing out the suit. I would spray it down, lay everything out so it could dry out, and then I would take a shower and wash all my underlayers and like hang them up and ring dry them because we're in a
Responsible.
hotel room. Yeah, I was just like, so I had like a routine like every night, and that last night I was just like, oh, God, let's do this.
Like, screw
anymore.
this.
It's so much. But the funny part is the last day, like I put the mask on and I was like, okay, this kind of smells like me now.
Oh,
The mask,
So
the
did it
mask
take
at
on your
least.
properties? Yeah.
Yeah, but that suit's ripe, dude. But I don't really know what he could do. I mean, if
That's
you
all you
wash
can do,
it,
though.
and it's the
Vodka.
suit's warm.
you know
too,
what it
so-
was too was the suit. The suit itself didn't smell that bad because he does wash the suit and he does. You guys do take care of the leather and the rubber and all that stuff. The jersey, the X-Men jersey that
Smells
goes on
so
top of the
bad.
suit has never been. That thing smells like a high school locker room.
It does. And
Why didn't you watch
people-
that?
People would be like, I think because he painted it.
Oh,
I
so
think
you can't wash it.
I think it's yellow, and I think he painted it, so I don't think you can wash it. I don't know.
Got it.
But people would be like, "Can I have a hug?" And I was like,
You're like, no.
I'm,
For your
all-
own
I'm not-
safety.
I'm a little smelly." And they're like, "It's okay." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah. Oh man.
But man, that whole trip was awesome, and I mean, we have to give shout out to Heroes and Villains, Doug and Jonathan, and the rest of the team. Their photographer Hillary, Taryn, who does all their licensing stuff. They, I did a whole post yesterday about that brand, and my family and I found them, I think 2016 Comic-Con in San Diego. And, at that point in time, like we're going to Disneyland all the time, going to all the cons. And it's like all the like licensed stuff is just so basic for the most part, and t-shirts are t-shirts, but like I was always looking for like really cool, creative, just product, and
Like the
when
wallet.
and we first found them, it was like a special. It was like $100 and something bucks, and it was like you got a backpack, a hat, a wallet, like you got like a collection of stuff, and everything was so cool. And that backpack I ended up using for like 10 years or like 8 or 9 years, like after that. They were just super cool. And then fast forward to, they'd been kind of hooking us up a little bit here and there. And then, after Joe met them at Celebration London, and then we did the San Diego Comic-Con thing. And as soon as we like hung out with them, all of us together that first night, like they're just such rad dudes, man. Doug and Jonathan, who are kind of the main guys we work with, are just really good people. And then everyone there is just salt of the earth, like really good people. And like, I told them, and I can't say exactly what it was, but I like to do cool stuff and with cool people, and they're that. So it was a blast. They were super stoked. We were super stoked. The people that came through the booth were stoked. Rami and Steven absolutely crushed it with that tank. It was the highlight of the con, guaranteed. I walked around the con a couple times, and there was nothing like that there. And it even caught people's eye that what we had done, which
Who
was
you wanted.
super,
Yeah.
which was super interesting. Because it's just us, right? Like doing what we like to do. So it's super
what
organic.
What I did find
that's
out
how
was
it-
that there's sorry, John, I'll let you go in a second. What I did find out though after talking to like, the executives of those huge multi-million-dollar booths, there's only like 2 or 3 companies that make all the booths for all the
Yep.
conventions.
That's why they
Usually,
all look
yeah.
the same.
Yeah, they're so cookie cutter.
Mhm.
And like when you have the smaller companies that don't go with those booth companies and
Mhm.
instead hire like real artists to do set decoration and stuff for their booths and really like put in like the forethought of like the 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 experience, right? It's totally different. It just feels different.
Yeah,
And
and
it
New
shows.
York, yeah, it was so rad. And New York Comic Con is definitely the little brother to San Diego, probably, right? It's probably the second biggest con. I don't know,
Yeah.
Raimi, maybe.
It's
Maybe.
it's got to be up there. I don't know how it can. I mean, San Diego's kind of considered the big one. But New
Yeah.
York's
Oh,
big. I mean, and that venue's beautiful.
the venue is insane. I was blown away.
The Javits Center,
Usually
was
you
it?
go to
Yeah.
it's like a mall. There's multi levels. The food there, the food options are crazy. Steve and I, we had okonomiyaki one day. We had poke bowls one day. Like
Oh,
there's like Starbucks like all over. There's
Empanadas.
empanadas,
Yeah.
tacos. What do you want? There's like
My
Chinese food. There's
Oh, I'm in the Comic Con and I had Peking duck bao.
John's like, what?
The look on John's face, like, eh?
You know, the little bread, the little like soft bread thing with duck inside of
Oh.
it. Yeah.
Don't dump
It's like a
dump
it's like a
thing.
steamed bun, right?
Well,
But
dump the bun. The bun thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking of something else.
and the okonomiyaki was like good. And there's like the lines for food are not bad. Like it's ran so well and it's busy, but the venue is incredible. So if anyone can ever make it to New York Comic Con, it was, I mean, our hotel was like 5 blocks away. It was like pretty
Yeah.
easy.
Come see us next year.
Yeah, for sure. Be there next year.
And I just wanted to say, yeah, rewinding a little, like Stephen was saying, like there's only like a few companies that do these booths, and even Stephanie even commented like it's such a niche market, but untapped because, like you said, there's 3 companies and they all do the same crap. They're doing like probably like styrofoam style signs that with graphics on them, and that's like the whole presentation, right?
Maybe there's 4 now. I don't know.
Officially.
Yeah, it was funny. The guy that does the base, who's been building their booth for a while. I was like blackwashing the tank, and he was just like, "What is that? What are you doing?" I was like,
You should have been like, "It's oil. Don't worry about it."
Nah, I told him, it's basic. I was like, this is basic costume work,
You said it's costuming 101.
Costuming 101. Yeah, that's what
You're
I
like
told him.
noob.
Dude, and thank
Like, how long
God you
been
were
doing this.
Thank God you came in like, what is it, Thursday morning, right before the convention, and blackwashed the whole booth. Because, dude, like I thought I was good. I thought I was done. And then you came in and just took it to like level 200.
And I only made small messes too. I only got a little bit of overspray on the back, and that was from the hoses. You guys really should have blackwashed the hoses before, because I was like milking a cow, like trying to do those things. But
Raimi, the tank survived the whole 5 days. The only thing that got messed up on it were like the bottom corners. The bottom
Probably
outside
got
corners.
kicked a bunch. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
figured. Yeah.
and they weren't bad.
Just paint
And-
touch up. Paint touch
Yeah,
up. That's
all
it.
we did, like Blackie just put on some more black paint the following morning, and it just looked like chipped out concrete. It was
Exactly.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, but people were.
So everybody's seen. I mean, we've talked about this, but have we talked about what we built on the show? Like, I mean,
Deep dive. No, we didn't.
We've shown the pictures of the final product, and I know that I know we've selectively shown some like sneak peeks and stuff, but have we really talked through, or do we want to save it for the workbench, or do we want to get into it?
We'll save it for the workbench because it's
Yeah,
a video.
go into detail. That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
But man, You know, okay, so don't touch the glass, and you can move the hoses, but don't pull on them.
Okay,
That
I got
was
the.
said.
I got
How
the.
many times was that said?
I got the final. I got the final number for you, Raimi.
Drum roll, please.
Together, Brian and I, in 4 days, took over 7,000 pictures.
Nice. Do we have any sense for like how many is there any way that we can say to the heroes and villains guys, okay, like how many sales might that have equated to that maybe they wouldn't have gotten otherwise?
So we talked
Like
about it every day.
there's got to be a number there.
We talked about it every day, and and the 50,000 viewpoint of it was sales were not as good as last year, which their collection was different last year, etc. But their social media engagement was through the roof.
Nice.
And more than
Word of
they've
mouth.
ever had.
More than they've ever had.
So they were over the moon about that, because really these big cons, and we have other friends that are in the industry that do these as well, and you have to push a ridiculous amount of volume to cover the show, because shows like this are so expensive. Cons, trade shows, etc., especially New York. The space, the union fees, it adds up
Everything.
so much. So, but they had, I mean, that tank rarely didn't have someone taking a picture in front of it. It was at 10 o'clock when the show opened. So that first morning at 8:30, we're in there blackwashing, doing the details. 10 o'clock hit, and for at least 2 hours, it's nonstop. And then it would kind of like go in waves, but it would pretty much be nonstop the whole time. And it got to a point where, you know, Steven and I would both hang out together at the tank, and I'm in Deadpool and I'm yucking it up with the crowd. And then it got to the point where it's too many of us right there, because it's just not a lot of space. So I put myself in the front of the booth, which had a really big aisle in front of it. And then obviously you've seen the pictures of the whole booth, which had a great space, all the stuff on the walls, which people loved, the x-ray machines, all the stuff on the walls. I mean, their booth builder too absolutely crushed it with the vinyl wrap, making it look like the concrete. You know, I went through and black washed all the parts and stuff to make it look a little bit more real.
Now, was that wrap just artwork that Jonathan and Doug put together that they just sent off and had done? Yeah. They did a good job with that. It would look great. The fact that, okay, so they took furniture fixtures that was probably the same booth fixtures that they used last year. They had it wrapped with the skin that was a particular theme. They had flooring brought in and put down that was like matched the theme and everything. And then we built this thing that came in and was a showpiece that was part, and it all came together from different people, different artists, different parts of the group. And it all came together to one cohesive thing. That's what's really cool about the whole thing.
Yeah, it was. And to see people geeking out over all the little details was awesome. I mean, that was because that, you know, that's like side stuff, you know, and the vinyl wrap that was on the hard parts matched perfectly with the fabric wrap that went around the whole booth. So, yeah. I mean, it was, to me, it felt like a slam dunk all the way around. Steven and I had a good time. It was work. It was 100% work. Like all day we were on. But like I said, you know, those guys are all working hard. We're working hard, and it's just good vibes. Just good vibes all the way around.
Yeah.
So Lacey asked, where's the tank now? The tank is headed back to Heroes and Villains headquarters in Texas.
Oh.
It might have another purpose, but it will end up in their lobby at some point in time. So, which might require a little bit of some extra support. The tank, it did get bumped bad one time, right, Steven? Like,
but it survived. And that's the thing. Like Raimi's design, the whole thing shook, but it was either the whole thing comes down. It was like all or nothing. So it stayed put.
It was, as long as it shook in one piece, it really would have taken, like, what I always said, like, if somebody decides to go Kool-Aid Man on that thing, it's going to come down.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to bring it down in one piece. It's not going to fall apart. So, because we sandwiched it all together and it was pretty locked in. We'll get into it on the workbench.
And
man,
thank you, Luke, for letting me use Deadpool too, because that was too much fun.
It made a lot of people happy.
I got called Ryan Reynolds many times. I don't know why.
There was okay. So we gave Doug the Weapon X helmet the night before day one. So
Did it survive?
Setup was complete. Setup was complete. The booth we're ready to open it for the following morning. And then the last thing that I did was I pulled out the helmet, gave it to Doug. I even told him, I was like, dude, I'm not going to make you like run off and come back. Like, here you go. This is from all of us. John chromed it and I printed it and Remy did it, and he was just like, he couldn't believe it. He was so like taken aback at how cool the Weapon X helmet was. And he was like, no one's going to touch this. It's mine. And he put it back in the box, the cardboard box, and he wrote on it, Doug's do not touch. And he stuck it in the back. So my plan to have everybody wear it who came through the tank didn't come to fruition. However,
it would have been a pain anyways.
Yeah. However, anytime that I saw like a Wolverine cosplayer who was dressed up as Weapon X Logan, so without the shirt, or if they had the real Weapon X look going on, I let them do their thing in the tank, and I was like, okay, stay right here, don't move, I'll be right back. And then I would go in the back, grab the helmet, kind of hide it behind my back, and then be like, okay, if you promise to be careful and not drop it, you can wear this. And they were like, oh my god, yeah. Right. And there was one Weapon X, and it looked like he was about to cry because he was already like feeling like the booth was built for him because it's got the X-rays and it's just the whole thing, and it's like it's complementing his cosplay that he's worked so hard on.
It's his whole setup, right? It's whole stage. Yeah, essentially.
And then for him to be able to like physically put on the helmet, I mean, it looked like he was gonna cry. So I was like ready to catch the helmet.
Yeah.
So you did an amazing job on that, John.
And only
thank you.
Only about 5 people put that on.
Only 5 people got to wear it. Yeah,
like I would say maybe
better,
like 1 or 2 a day. Yeah,
that's better. That's safe.
Yeah,
limited edition.
Yeah,
and there were 5,000 yellow Wolverines at this con.
Nice.
Rogues.
Nice.
What was it? It was yellow Wolverines, rogues, and there was quite a few Gambits. Quite a few. Like it was like that was like the costume, and Fallout. Lots of Fallout. Oh, and
season 2's coming out eventually.
And there was a giant. There was a gang of Fallout power armors, and they were making their like march, and they marched by our booth, and this one of them just ate it and like fell into the booth like just past the tank, and
I felt so bad for that guy.
Costume just exploded, like, and they had to like disassemble him, and they were like blocking the aisle for a little while.
But the dude was in shock because like, he's on stilts.
Yeah,
he's in that costume, and then he just goes face first into the floor, which I know how that feels when you're in costume. But he's already like 9 feet high, so for him, like when he was like shaking, because he's in shock
because he fell from 2 stories.
Yeah, and I just felt so bad because I was like everybody in the aisle that was walking by was, like picking up pieces of his costume, like. Yeah, like, oh, here's a handle. Here's a 3D printed thing. Here's
That
this.
sucks. That's like Raimi's backpack in London.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry,
right.
But you know what sucked about New York? I didn't get to see any of it. It was my first time in New York, and the most I got to see was what were we on, like 42nd Street or something, or 41st or whatever.
Oh, you mean the city?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, you guys should have walked around a little
There
bit.
was zero time.
Yeah,
Zero.
like
Like-
Brooklyn.
Flew in from the Uber to the hotel, knocked out. Next morning, hotel to Javits. There till like 9:30 at night, back to the hotel, rinse and repeat. It was like every day was like that.
We did go to a sweet ramen spot, which you didn't find that sweet, but I thought
the
it was
ramen was
delicious.
okay. Oh, dude, the sushi.
Sushi
next
was
night.
good.
Dude, I'm gonna upload the picture of the sushi to you guys. My sushi had gold on it. I was telling because okay, they give you the alcohol first, right? They give you the sake and the yuzu and all that stuff first. So like I'm already a little loose by the time that the sushi came. So when the sushi came and it had gold on it, I like leaned over to the table next to me and I was like, oh my god, I can't afford this.
It wasn't that expensive, number
No.
one. But number two, Steven was in heaven. He was having an
Yeah.
experience.
You guys know how I get. You guys,
Yeah. It was cool though, man. It was fun. It was good time with you too, Steven. It was a good time. Along with the crew.
yeah.
It was super fun.
Yeah. Next year you all better come because oh man.
I was
Um,
drained the
yeah.
day after we got home. Like when we got home that next day, I was so tired that whole day. It was work. Because I'll tell you what, that was the other thing with New York, John. New York is walking. It's a lot of walking, unless you want to take really expensive Ubers that take twice as long as a walking, and then combine that with con walking. So it was rough.
New York's already bad. Your feet
Yeah.
hurt when you go to New
Yep.
York, regardless.
Yeah.
And then you're at a con where you're
Yeah.
constantly walking or on your feet all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like double torture. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. It was fun. I had an absolute blast, and I really love wearing Deadpool.
You got to get
If anyone wants to
videos done.
sponsor me,
do a wish list.
Accepting.
Make a Patreon.
I'm accepting applications.
You call
open
it
and only feats.
East Coast
No.
DP.
Oh,
Cross
East Coast DP.
Please do not Google that. No.
Do not.
Do not.
DP with
There-
Cross Dad.
There were a lot of Deadpools there too. A
DP
lot
Bryant.
of Deadpools.
.com.
But shout out to Luke and his costume. The Deadpools were tripping on that.
The right Coast Avenger. Is that it? Is that
Right
what you
coast.
guys are?
Oh,
Right Coast.
Right Coast X-Men.
Interesting thoughts, but yeah.
Yep.
Luke's suit
Alright, moving
turns
on.
heads. Maybe just because it smells, but the suit turns heads. I had to put on some performances, man. That shit was. I've never
You were
done
like-
anything like
You were
that.
like standing on top of the
Oh,
counter,
man.
like all like.
I had to do the raffle every day. It was like I had to be a performer.
Yeah.
So funny.
We'll talk more about the booth and workbench, but I'm interested to catch up with you guys. What's been going on? Because I feel like I haven't seen you guys since LA.
Well,
We're boring.
No.
I mean, nothing like what you
Yeah.
guys have had going on. I'm traveling for work, which is why I'm not at the usual studio. So
yeah, and I've just been doing this. This
John's been
stuff.
Playing with his
paint minis.
Been
playing
doing
with his
mini.
action figures.
Yep. They're not dolls, Dad. Yeah. Little mini dudes. And yeah, I haven't been- yeah, just working on commissions and that's it. Oh, you know what I did today? I went on to one of those rock wall places where it's literally it's like a warehouse and it's all rock wall everywhere, all over.
Climbing gym.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it. It is a climbing gym. That's exactly
That's
right.
what they're called. I've been there.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Yeah. It was pretty fun. After well, first of all, I realized I might be afraid of heights because I did go all the way to the top. Yeah. Well, I've never. I mean, I've done something like this before, but not like this where you're literally you hook yourself and there's a little thing that kind of either holds you up or when you jump, it lets you go. It's not another person.
Rope. Yeah, you did the rope. Yeah,
and it's gnarly, and you have to like trust that it's going to catch you and whatever. But I got to the top and I was like, oh hell no! I looked down and I was like, this is not like I am not a fan of this. Like, I got to the top, cool, touch the top, whatever. But I'm like, damn, I think I'm afraid of heights. I might be afraid of heights. So,
It's not the fall that gets you; it's the sudden stop at the end. That's deceleration trauma.
Yeah. It's called hitting your face on the pavement. Well, there's like pads and stuff, but and you're harnessed in, so you're harnessed in with the rope, and when you get to the top, you could climb down slowly, but why would you? So you have to like jump back, and you're like rappelling, I guess. Or
Now Amy's been doing that, hasn't she?
I was with her, yeah. So she
Now,
only goes about halfway up.
Okay, but does she just get to the top and then just let go and just let fate take her down?
She gets to however high she can get, and then she's just like and like just like total trust,
trust fall.
Now, and I'm like, no, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And she's this little thing. She's like 40 pounds, so like it's like a backpack being lowered by a rope. It's nothing. But nice. I'm like over 200, and I'm like, I don't trust this little, like, it's a rope, but it's like it's just a rope. And there was a dude that was bigger than me, and I was like, and he was also really trusting it, and I'm like, damn, dude, like, I don't know about this. It was, I guess it takes time. It was my first time at one of those things, so.
I used to boulder the other side where you like don't use the rope.
It's just the wall or whatever. Yeah. Mm. We did that too. We did a little bit of that with Amy. Me and Nada were trying to see who can.
Did you wear the little shoes?
Yeah, they made us wear the shoes. It's like this, like super
they
sleek,
suck.
Rubbery. They do suck. Yeah,
makes your toes like your feet are like this inside.
Like I was like, my toes are tight. They're meant to be that way. I'm like,
it's so uncomfortable.
But it was very. It felt like, because at first I didn't go all the way up because I was like, oh hell no. Like I looked down, I was like, nope. I jumped down. Second time I almost got to the top, and I'm like, I can't see myself like leaping up to reach something while I'm already that high. Like if your hand slips, you go down, but you're harnessed, whatever. So the third time, I was like, screw it. I went all the way to the top, and then you look down, and you're like 3 stories up. You're literally like 100 feet up or something, and you're like, oh my god, and you have to literally like let go and fall back, and it's hard to trust. Yeah, it's weird. It was fun. It was a fun experience. I want to go again. We should all go.
When I lived in the mountain,
Steven's all nope.
I'm good.
When I lived in the mountains, I used to do it on rocks, and it was a trip.
Well, that's different.
Oh my god!
What?
Watch the chat.
Steven's scrambling.
I wanted to ask if John, if you felt kind of funny climbing that rope. Did you feel funny?
A little bit.
It was kind of thick.
Was it between the thighs? You felt kind of like, oh.
It was actually harnessed to my like belly button, like my belt, area.
On your stomach.
So it was like, wee. Yeah, no, well, it's a harness, but the positioning was sort of at my belly button, kind of there.
Yeah,
kind of like
that's awesome, dude. Looked like fun.
It was fun.
Hi, Joe. So you guys were talking last week during the intro. You guys were talking, or you were recapping LA, and you guys were talking about Joe's status on the show and stuff, and then you were talking about the video that I made, and I was spamming in the chat, show the video. Here's the video.
Oh, show the video.
Oh.
Don't you do it, Jack.
It's so sad.
It's sad, and then it's good.
No.
When have we
what a guy, bro.
Orders?
Terrible. Awful. Good buddies. Terrible. Oh. So it's not marshmallows.
Nope.
So good.
It's so perfect. Are people freaking out?
Out of the ashes. Or marshmallow, whatever it was.
Out of the marshmallow. Out of the charred marshmallow.
Joba Fett. Joba Fett.
Joba Fett. Joba Fett. Ugh, look at that. Sarlacc juice. You gotta make that version.
covered in crap.
Just covered in goo, yeah. Ooh.
And then in came in Joba Fett.
You want to sit with us?
That's never happened before.
That's never happened before.
So good.
We're just gonna vibe for the next hour.
Yeah. It's like a 2-hour loop.
All right, guys. Well, let's move on with the show. I think people heard enough about us in New York.
Gallivanting about New York.
Yeah, gallivanting and doing nothing but working. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. If you'd like to show your support for the show, pick up an exclusive Space Daddy t-shirt and some Dad Batch stickers at thedadbatch.com.
This garbage is nothing like clone armor.
Looks a little tight on you, old man.
Yeah, at least I know how to wear it.
That's right, everybody. It's time for the weekly workbench. All right, gentlemen, who is working on what?
Hi, Joe.
Hi. Dude, painting, repairing holes in walls, like just getting it ready. So, what's today?
All those holes in the walls that we put in, like all those holes that we put in the walls through the walls from when we stayed in San Diego.
Oh yeah,
I was like,
Oh,
"Hey,
yeah.
John, it's me."
yeah. So you could talk to one another from room to room.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, yeah, waist level.
Promise Angelo when Joe showed up again, I'd send money. Hey, thank you, Rachel. Yay, thanks, Rachel. Yeah, just repairing the house, man, getting it ready. So Friday we have like professional photos, and so it needs to be like pristine. So
Progress.
Where your Boba Fett?
I'm gonna keep. So I talked to our real estate agent, and they're like, "Hey, keep some of that stuff up for this room only. Everything else looks like typical walkthrough, but this room." They said, "Oh, that's gonna get some attention. It'll be memorable when it shows up on the house search." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
When we sold our house in California, I had the same thing, and the problem is people will try to ask you to leave it.
Oh. Dude, if the price is right,
I was like, no, it was my Vader, and I was like, no.
$1 million.
Dude, I'll 3D print everything. I don't care. Yeah. John, you're muted, bro.
What if the Vader is the selling, like if they're like, we'll take the house if we get Vader.
$1 million.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You could remake it easily.
It wasn't that at all. It was like, hey, do you think you could leave one of those? No,
No.
don't buy
I'll
it.
leave
There's
for
4 other
free.
people behind you.
I'll leave that
Joe-
that bowl of fruit on the table for you, but that's about it.
You're gonna have a lineup of people, Joe. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, we hope so. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. That's why I've been gone for a bit, just working on the hosts. But yeah, making progress. So it goes on the market November 1st. So if you want to buy a house in Chula Vista,
Wait a
San
second.
Diego, what's up?
November, but what are you guys gonna do for Thanksgiving?
Remember where we stayed in San Francisco when we made our special trip?
Yeah.
We're gonna stay there for 3 days.
Are you
Fancy.
kidding, dude? That
Two
is
bed-
nice.
2-bedroom, full kitchen. We're gonna cook a turkey. It's gonna be good.
Boys too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Brandon
Oh,
will be back. Austin's gonna drive up with us. We're gonna take Rudy with us. Yeah. It's gonna be fam jam. we got to be out of the house, you know. So
I was about to say they let Rudy in there, and I went, well, of course they do. Like,
if I
that kind of place.
ask,
Yeah.
if I ask, they will let him do. They will let him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick. That's cool.
Joe, hey Joe, what do you think of my new studio, dude?
Dude, I
You see
love
the
that.
laser beams?
That
He's
is
got freaking laser beams.
Sick,
Look.
dude. Oh,
Look at that hat.
dang.
Only
And
has
look,
your thing, none of our
This
things.
is- no, you just can't see
None
it.
of our
This is-
memorabilia, just Joe.
These are all the things from like our different
got-
conventions together.
he's
Like,
got a
that's our
shrine.
flyer. That's our flyer from London.
Dude, that flyer's sick from Sophia.
There, right here, is our.
Definitely.
That's my most prized possession, the Polaroid from London. There's
Aw.
our
Oh, yeah.
our Echo Tears. Um,
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's cool, dude. It looks great.
it's getting there.
How do you feel if you had to rate it letter grade? What would you give yourself?
It's an A plus, dude. It's an A plus
Yeah, dude.
because
I was gonna say.
you know why? It's air conditioned in here.
Yeah.
It's a perfect 70. It's 72 degrees in here right now.
Dude, that's sick. Good job, man. That thing's
so
awesome.
good. I love it.
Oh, it's on me. No, it's not on me. Who's next?
Nothing. Been gone for a week.
Well, I see there's a lovely brand new addition to your studio, Brian.
What? Oh well, my Mando is currently at our
The
store
candle rack
east,
in the back.
which we'll get to that. Thank everybody for contributing to the Dad Batch masks. We raised a bunch of money for the Children's Council of Watauga, which is up in Boone, which is up in the mountains, western North Carolina, that was affected by Hurricane Helene. The art show was on Saturday, so I was gone for it. But they had, we had a collection of artists from our friends at Friendship Tattoo, that's around the street corner from us. And they had live bidding there. And then, the Dad Batch masks were all posted on Instagram, and we did, an auction through that. So thank everyone that bought that, made a donation. It's been crazy since I got back. Tori's been my wife Tori's been super busy. In fact, she drove to the mountains today because we had people bring in donations.
I saw
art
that.
show.
Yeah.
Yep. So she drove up today to deliver all that stuff and to meet the ladies that run the Children's Council of Watauga, which was super, super cool. And she got a lot of good information from them and where they use the money and what else they can use. So that was really, really cool. But they took everything that she brought up there gladly. And we're like, we have families that we can give this to individually because there's still a ton of people in need. So thank everyone for doing that. And thank you, Dad Batch, for all participating. The masks were awesome. Luke killed it with the header cards that I made him do. So it was fun getting your guys' masks and putting them in the bags and taking pictures of them and everything. So it was a blast. So I think when people get them, they're going to be happy with them. Feel free to open them, take them out of the bag, display them, wear them. Do whichever you will. Although I think John's and Joe's are not really wearable, but they are probably the best display pieces out of all of them.
Mine is not a mask. I'll say that right.
Yeah,
mine is not a mask.
Yeah.
It never was.
I think as a display piece, those ones the best. The rest of them, you could wear as a mask. Feel free.
I did the math. We collectively brought in $624.
Woo! Yay! That's awesome.
All right.
But
Thanks,
thank
y'all.
you, everybody. So but
Look.
my Mando is on display. The Mando I still have not put on is on display.
Your mannequin's worn it more than you at this point.
100%. It's on display at the gallery through Halloween. Actually, another cool thing that just came up is on Halloween, they do in our downtown where the store is, they do like a candy grab where kids come into each business and they can trick or treat downtown. Tori was like, hey, you should put on Darth Vader and
Ooh.
really wow it up. We'll like open both doors of the gallery, put like a chair
Neighbor.
in the middle, and then people can come. And then we can also have a sign like, hey, if you want to make a donation, you know, not like Hollywood Boulevard, like give me $5, but
Right.
But it's
Um,
you can say it's for that. Yeah.
yeah, it's like, hey, take a picture. If you can make a donation, cool. If you can't, no big deal. So I think we're gonna try to collect more stuff to take
I will
up
not
there.
help with
That's a
that.
good idea.
You don't need to. No, scientist guy, Larry, which is what I called you at New York Comic Con, or I also called you Ted. Fun fact: someone thought Steven was Ned from Spider-Man. Just saying.
Like the actual one.
Like the guy at
Yeah.
the Marvel, Marvel installation.
People
They were,
kept asking.
they were like, "Oh my god!"
Like is Hobgoblin in Weapon X? Yeah.
It's the guy in the chair.
Yeah. Someone literally thought Steven was Ned, and
Oh my
I
God.
got called Ryan Reynolds numerous times. Like, that'd be such a Ryan Reynolds thing to be running around. I'm like, that's not me. He has people for that. Just saying. But yeah, and then because my Mando's gone, I have a new brand that I'm working with representing, and we make candles and all natural sunscreens, and
One candle smells like Luke. One candle smells like Brian after hearing Luke.
yes. In fact, our essential oils that we make that works with pain and inflammation really covered up the stank of Luke in the suit. So I was rubbing this all around, and shout out to Doug, who was my main mask handler. He's a professional handler now, Doug from Heroes and Villains.
Nice.
He got the so I put it on for him. So I was like, okay, now you have
Oh, is
something
that the
good.
spray that went on my neck?
Yes.
That's good stuff, man.
Yep. Range Essentials. It's good stuff.
It's like it's tingly. It's tingly
Yeah.
on the back of your neck for like at least
Yeah.
a couple hours. So
Yeah.
you just feel a little loose. It's good.
You've tried
Yep.
those before, right?
Is it like
Essential oils.
is it just ecstasy?
I've never tried it.
No.
No, it's a mix of
You're like-
essential oils.
floating for hours.
I was
Dude,
a little loose,
Feels
man.
so good.
Kim is all about it, man. There's like one for sleep. You kind of put it behind your ear and your neck, and it
Cool.
just kind of causes you to kind of drift away.
I'm gonna send Kim some since she's so into it, because this stuff is amazing. The founder, she has an autoimmune disease, and she was having a lot of aches and pains and stuff, and she started experimenting, and she came up with this blend.
Nice.
That is, I'm a big BioFreeze guy because of all the jujitsu
yeah.
and everything, so everything's
Mm.
sore, and this stuff works 100 times better.
Tell people where they can
So-
find it.
Yeah,
Again.
where can they get it?
It's
Can they
called-
get
it's
that
called-
at your website or?
It's called Range Essentials. No, it's just a brand that I'm working with. So it doesn't matter if it comes from me or whatever, but Range Essentials. And we make candles and sunscreen, all natural sunscreens. Everything's made in the United States. Super cool brand. So
Nice.
yeah, but
Hey, does anyone
yeah,
make
my
like a
little
does anyone
blank
make
right
like a
here.
man smelling candle? Like smells like leather.
Smells like
Smells
butt.
like Sasquatch.
dude, candles are big business, dude. And
But
they're
is there
expensive.
is there a candle that smells like leather? Or is there a candle that
Yes.
smells like brand new sneakers?
yes.
Smells like beef.
Yes, we did.
Like
we did
swag.
a candle. Our neighbor,
Smells like blood.
our neighbor, where the gallery is, Sue. Shout out to Sue's Soap Shop. She makes her own candles there in the store, and we did a collab candle with her where we did an East by Sue's Soap Shop. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Candle, and I got to like pick out the smells, and it was like bourbon, of course, leather,
Can't drink it.
like a no. It smells
Nachos.
You
Oh,
can
they
do
need
it
to
up.
make
Oh,
Comic Con
nachos.
Day 4.
Sour Patch Kids.
I can smell that. I can smell that right now.
You know what that smells
Luke's-
like? Shame.
Shit.
Smells like shame.
We should make Luke's Deadpool.
Luke's
Yeah.
Deadpool candle scent.
Luke's Deadpool.
Just take his
Luke's
suit and
called Luke's
ring it.
Deadpool.
Just take the suit and ring it into little vials,
That's terrible. That's the worst thing ever.
and then you can put
Like a-
some on behind your ear.
That's biohazard.
That's awful. But deferred my time to the rest because you guys need to talk about the tube after
Oh.
John talks about minifigs
The two
that no one
that
can
I-
see because they're so tiny.
Bro.
You consulted.
Ooh,
Consulted.
Put up
I
to
don't
the
know if
camera.
I consulted anything.
you need a camera B,
Camera's
John,
trying-
for macro.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, we gotta get you another camera set.
or
up.
hold your
Oh.
hand behind the, like, so it's not focusing on your eyes. because the camera.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
John, between now and next week, I'm going to come to your place and we're going to set up another camera for next week's podcast just for shooting those.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. I mean,
And
I have
camera one?
cameras.
We'll have you
looking
all
at
hooked
one
up.
right now. I have a camera right there.
Camera
we're gonna
one,
get it all
camera
set up.
two. Camera
trying
one,
to-
camera
trying to
two.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't been doing too many minis. I did work on these a little bit. It's like a little squad of 5 and doing little heat staining and whatever the guns, but not much else. A little bit of silver in the back. You can't even. I guess you can. but whatever.
I have a challenge for you, John.
Okay,
He
let's
said
hear it.
pass.
I'll entertain the audio. I don't know if I'll do it.
Make one half that size.
Smaller. I think
Maybe
they're like 32 millimeters, so it would be what 18 millimeters or something.
16.
16?
That's what she said.
No, dude. So that would bro,
Make a 9mm and put it in a gun.
Oh,
just make a little bullet.
A bullet-sized mini.
Let me see. Half that. So it would be what? It would be like a section of my finger. Nah, bro, that's crazy.
that's what she said.
John's like, are you done?
Those are super cool, dude. Those have been coming out really good, and I feel like I know it feels like I don't want to say you feel useless doing it, but I do think it enhances your painting
Thanks,
abilities.
dude.
Yeah.
No,
It
yeah.
enhances
I mean,
it.
you see the little base with like
Yeah.
the little
Yeah.
gems and stuff.
The crystals.
Yeah. Try to do that a little bit.
Have you tried to do like where there's a light source that's not part of the figure and it's reflecting the color up on? That's
I
where it
haven't
gets
tried that yet.
crazy. Yeah.
I haven't tried that yet. All I'm doing right now is like the most basic of paint jobs where it's like the color, a little undertone, which is like from it being already a black color. So the red kind of just takes up everything, leaves a little bit. And then a little bit of detail. And like the eyes are different colors and the helmets are different, So I'm getting that stuff done. But more than that, and like maybe a little highlight. So where I lighten it up a little bit after I've darkened it, but no, I'm not there yet. I'm not quite there. I'm barely here. So
You could
Well-
start with like, I mean, so they make Star Wars ones, right? Like you could do lightsabers and like start with like the lightsaber reflection.
yeah, I guess you're right. I have some of those that I've never messed with, but now I guess I could see what I have. I know there's a Jedi in there, so I'm gonna look it up and see what there is. But yeah,
Awesome.
I like the light
I like
source.
yours, too.
So I
I
was
like the idea.
listening. I was listening to the pod from 2 weeks ago when you were first showing us that mini that you made, and I didn't even realize
Yeah.
during the show because I asked you if there was an LED inside the arm or something, and I didn't even
Oh.
hear you. Like at the time, I didn't hear you say no. But
Hmm.
when I listened back to the pod, you said no, there's no LED. It's just paint. And
Yeah.
so like I was in the car listening to the show and I was having my mind blown. I was like, wait, what? There was no LEDs in there? Like it
No.
looks like it's on like a little tiny
Yeah.
LED.
Totally. Yeah.
I love it,
mean,
dude.
Hey,
I think we were
Tools
talking
in the-
about the maquette
It was
size.
the bigger,
It was
the
the
bigger
big
one.
hold on,
Yeah.
let me grab it.
We are the littles. Do
You're
watch
putting
that?
tools in the toolbox, John.
You gotta get Bad Batch ones.
Oh,
I mean, you could.
Dude, make
It's-
your own.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that thing's
look at this
cool.
Warhammer
Yeah, that,
stuff.
that
dude.
little blue light is so bright compared to the rest of it. It looks like
Yeah.
it's illuminated.
Imagine find a figure with Hunter with a knife, and you could make the knife that.
Yeah, you could.
That's cool.
But yeah, this is fun and whatever. It's been a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm not very good at it. I'll be the first to tell you, but it's been super fun.
Tools in the toolbox, buddy.
Yeah. I figure because you know what? I thought about this the other day. I even told Nada if I would have been doing this before, because it is a different set of skills and it is a different, everything's different. So if I would have been doing this when I was working at Fonco, I would have had a better time doing specific things that I did, like the Scarlet Witch stuff that I was working on. There were points that came to a very sharp point on the costume that I had to get in there, and I was doing it with tape and this and that. Bro, I just need a little tiny brush now, and a watered down brush and some acrylic, and done.
Oh, look
seconds.
at you.
Well, no,
Hmm.
okay. Not like that either. I'm not very good, but that's the difference, Like, oh, I could have just done that. Like, I thought about it. I'm like, damn. Like,
You just Mr. Miyagi'd yourself, dude.
yeah, I wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
Post.
He waxed
in
himself
the
off.
future.
He waxed.
Before on, it went off, then on, and then off again.
Which one's better, on or off?
Always.
Depends where you're
Always.
looking.
Always wax off.
Depends on the angle. I don't know.
Never wax on.
Depends who's around. Who knows? But yeah, but that's like just that something I've noticed, and I haven't even been doing it that long. That's what's blowing my mind too. I'm like, damn.
That's cool.
Just,
New skills, man. New
Yeah,
skills.
for real.
Yep.
And I don't know if I'll ever apply to anything, but I have it. It's there. And I still need to be better, but I'm having fun. It's cool. What else have I been doing? I've been doing commissions. I got a couple commissions I'm still working on. I've already sent out all my Helldiver stuff. There's no more Helldiver kits.
I saw three rolling together at NYC, and I kept going.
Oh, nice.
On the helmet, the big helmet.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Your
mine. Well, damn, it's downstairs. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But what is that? That's Warhammer?
Yeah, that's a Warhammer 40K Space Marine. It's basically a Mark 10 Tacticus. Someone's gonna hate me. It's probably not the right word, but it's
huge.
It's the newest version, yeah, and it's kind of big because
It's
these
1-to-1 scale.
What she said.
it's the scale. The Primarises are like 8 feet tall. So
Dude,
I mean, it would be.
John has surpassed like all the normal things now. He's working on the littlest of things.
I need to work on
and the
8 foot tall people and up. Yeah, no more human sized things.
He's the Elon Musk of the group. He's just pushing the boundaries
We need to fly to the moon and land on our feet when we come
and
back.
colonize
Yeah.
Mars.
Colonnade, as Joba Fett says.
Colonnades.
Yeah, Nate, hear that?
Colonies.
Colonnade.
Colonnade Mars.
But yeah, but that Space Marine.
Not Uranus.
Oh, are we still talking about? The
I don't know what we're talking about.
But anyway, yeah,
New
that Space Marine
skills.
2 helmet is cool. Yeah, new skills plus the helmet I'm having molded next. I'm
So
actually just
Helldivers is
waiting.
done though. You're done. Helldivers.
Well,
are
I'm
all
not
out.
done. I
can-
have it.
If people
All
want
I'm
more.
saying is I don't have any more orders at the moment. Because I had a long pre-order list and it took a while to
yeah.
get through them. Because
What's going on with Helldivers, dude? I heard the game's like stalling out or something.
no, I mean I feel like it's picked up a lot. We actually started playing again recently. Me, Julio, excuse me, David Neth.
Oh no, I'm sorry, my
and-
mistake. Not Helldivers. That's the what's that Star Wars game with the
Outlaws.
Outlaws? Thank you. That's the one that stalled out.
I couldn't
Oh.
tell you because I don't play the game. I don't
Yeah.
have it, but I heard it underperformed by a lot.
Oh,
by a long
wow.
shot.
Like after its
Yeah.
first month or something, it like dropped.
It
like-
completely.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it bombed, but it didn't do what it was supposed to do.
Let me put it this way:
Um,
the game maker changed the release date of games next year so that they had time to adjust their plans based on learnings from the release of Outlaws this year.
And we've spoken about this before. I don't want to go too far into it during the workbench, but we've spoken about this where if you put out a game that's incomplete, that has bugs, that has not been thoroughly through the ringer, and you release it, you're gonna have issues, and the public is not gonna like it. Compared to a game like I compared it to Space Marine 2, which came out complete, came out with the DLC, everything was free. No, you didn't have to pay anything. The only thing that was extra was cosmetics if you wanted them. I never bought them. I paid the minimum. I still play the game. I already beat it. I beat it like the first week, and I play it still. It's awesome. So, anyway, that's it for me.
Okay. So I've been working. I'm not at home, so I don't have anything that I can show of like tangible things that I'm working on. Been working on the Zorg blaster. I kind of lost momentum on it for a little while, but I got it moving again. I had been printing parts and like I had amassed this massive pile of parts, but I got them all sanded and kind of prepped, and I'm laying paint down. So got the Zorg blaster going. So that's kind of in the pipeline. And then
Is it going to be a flamethrower?
this one is just going to be static. Although
Oh,
I am toying with the idea because there are files out there that you can get and print just on like Thingiverse, right? And that's the ones that I'm printing. But they're kind of there's no instructions there. It's a little difficult, and they're a little bit, the files are a little bit messy from an engineering perspective. So I'm toying with the idea of like using this to figure out like how does this thing actually like go together? What does it look like? How should it work? You're like, okay, if I was to make a model for this, could I do servos and like all the and just go full echo on it? So there's a chance I'll do that. We'll see.
I know Steven's probably got one of those boring flamethrowers around.
The boring company. Oh God, I hope
Yeah.
so. Nice. We're all changing each other's names now.
Zog. I know someone changed mine to Crosspool. I couldn't change it.
I changed Steven, so he's getting back at me.
the hell do you
Ned
change
from
it?
Spider-Man. I tried. I couldn't.
I
do
changed
it.
Stevens to say Ned from Spider-Man.
I don't think mine. Oh, does no, I can't change mine.
So and then you know me, I'm always getting sidetracked. So I started printing. I saw files for the identity disc from Tron Legacy. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. I want to print that. And like, so I printed it. And I started working on it, and then in the meantime, I'm like, so I'm looking around, and I realized that there are. So back in like I think it was pre-COVID at D23 they had Kevin Flynn's costume on display along with Tron's or Rinsler or whatever they called him in the second movie. And I thought like that was a rad outfit, right? Like because it was like a black trench. It was like a black trench coat with a white lining and on like the inside lit up and
Oh
everything.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So
I don't know what I'm looking at, but it's cool.
Is that Diddy?
I don't know what that is. That was the wrong.
Kanye?
Oh, sorry.
No.
was that a Diddy party?
I don't know. No, that was. We'll get to that. That was the.
We're gonna need some baby
those are
oil.
slides for the news. Those are slides for the news. So this is the.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, right.
That
so
is
it's like,
cool.
it's like this black jacket, and it's got like white lining on it and everything. And so then,
Tron Daddy?
and
Wait,
so that-
wait. Go back one picture, dude. Raimi, make that face. It looks just like you.
Well, and in the movie, like when you first see him in this outfit, he's got the hood pulled up too.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that I've got no hair and he's got hair, like whatever, it doesn't matter.
That's
He's got the
sick.
beard.
Looks
So,
good.
I mean, so here he is. And
Wow.
the hood's apparently removable because you see it on and off. Like he's got it sometimes and sometimes not. But the jacket, like imagine like this black jacket, but the lining is bright white.
Whoa.
And it lights up. And so they had it on display at D23.
Oh, sick.
And now they had lighting on it that made it look purple. It's not purple. It's black. Trust me. So anyways,
Purple light. Yeah.
me being who I
Okay.
am, I've already got the fabric for this thing.
Of course you do.
Dang.
That's
I figured
cool.
I figured out how I'm going to
Tron Daddy.
modify an off-the-shelf pattern.
Dude, I love that Legacy movie, like the second movie and Tron,
Yeah.
the character, the helmets and the glowing. I'd love to make that costume, but I don't even know how to word it begin with that thing.
Yeah, I may have already bought the boots.
You guys know how you guys know how
That's
John's
awesome.
never seen Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You've never seen Tron?
You've never seen
I've never-
Tron?
I've never seen Tron.
Homework.
I'm
You'll
kinda like
actually,
you
but,
too,
but
Steven.
see, as a
Bits and
result of this
pieces.
conversation, Steven, you'll actually go watch it.
I will.
John's not going to, just out of spite.
I'll watch it and then probably want to like build something.
Yeah.
Dude, Tron is so
Tron's
sick.
dope.
Motorcycle.
Tron's dope.
Like
I
bike-
watch Indiana Jones and get obsessed and want to do all the costumes and weird
Yeah.
stuff.
They probably have Indiana Jones minis, John. Just saying.
Oh,
So you're lighting up the
That's
jacket,
mini.
right?
Yes, of course. What is
Yeah.
this? Amateur hour?
Yeah.
I'm sourcing the EL. So the EL stuff like electroluminescent.
Mm.
They make
Yeah,
they make tape in various thicknesses and lengths. So
Steven's found those LEDs, those really long.
I don't want to do
Oh,
LEDs
yeah,
because LEDs have like you can see the individual. No matter how dense it is, you can see the LEDs along the strip. I want perfect continuous.
Not the one I have.
Unless-
No,
and
there's a
unless-
string.
Lightsaber
can
blades
do
are
string.
foam too. With
You
because
can
they put,
diffuse it.
because they put a foam diffuser around it, but this has got to go
Yeah.
into the lining of a jacket, and that's not a lot of room for that.
Diffuse
So
it with fabric.
thin foam.
we'll see.
We know better.
I found
Why,
the
why are
electrolytic
we all
stuff.
questioning Raimi?
We know better,
We're
Raven.
just suggesting. We're just giving him ideas. We're brainstorming.
I'm not.
We already
I'm not,
know he knows what
I'm
to
not
do.
shooting anything down. I'm not shooting anything down. But I have sourced something that I think would work. So we'll see.
Next week he's gonna be wearing that watch.
Nah, we'll
Totally.
see. I mean, I am going to make the jacket before I bother doing because the lights can get added onto it. But like literally, like around the cuffs, around the hood.
That is sick,
The whole
though,
thing.
man.
That is cool.
Yeah. So and it's you know me, I like my little side projects. So
That's good.
I
and
can already, I
then
can already see you taking that disc on and off, just like slapping it with a magnet or something. You know.
yeah, I'll make the disc magnet on and off.
That'd be
Of
cool.
course. So, and then there's the tank. So, how do you want to do the tank, Steven? Do you want to show your video and then we'll talk about the construction? You want to talk about the construction?
No, you
thing
can
over
you
there,
show
or-
the construction. I'll show the video, and then we'll cut to the news.
The filming on the video is perfect too, just so you guys know.
So
Mm.
we started out with basically a 3D model of like a, I don't know what, like a 3D printable version that would be for like a sideshow figure or something, right, Steven?
Yeah.
Whatever it was. And so I used that as a visual reference and I remodeled this, but in life size scale. Did it in Fusion, same thing I used to model all the other stuff that I give away. So, oh, why did it do that? This maybe? Okay. Let me get over there. So what we're looking at is this is here. So here's the final product on the left. This was the how I modeled it out. But then I broke it down into individual pieces that we could send to this company that I've worked with before, and they're a foam fabricator. And so if you think about it, it's like two wedding cakes. One is on the bottom and the other one's on the top, upside down, you know, with the individual layers. And they're basically just half rings that were cut out of foam. And so all of the cosmetics that you see, other than the 3D printed pieces that we put on the outside, were cut from foam. And they got big machines. They put a block of foam in there and they run the CAD files that I send them through, and it cuts the foam to the pieces that we need. And so we get these parts and we carved it and painted it and whatever. And so there's a wooden frame that sits, there's a piece on the bottom that's wood that we cut with a jigsaw. And Stephen, I think, posted pictures of me wearing the big nozzle energy shirt, cutting the wood, right? So it goes wood, there's pipe, another wood platform that the glass sits on, or the acrylic. So Stephen ordered $1,600 acrylic half tube that was about 6 feet tall. Quarter inch thick or half inch thick? It was pretty thick.
Half.
Half
It's
inch,
thick.
half inch.
It's like it was thick, right? It was, yeah, it's like half inch thick.
THICC.
Weight 100 pounds. So again, it was like wood, metal pipe, wood, and then the acrylic, and then a wooden cap on top of that. So that was the actual structure. The foam was just cosmetic, and honestly, like the foam, we could actually assemble it for the most part without the foam, and it would have still just stood there. The foam's just there for the looks. So, but again, what you're looking at on the right side here are the pieces that we had cut, and then the acrylic, and then like the pipe was stuff that we got at Home Depot. There were some parts we 3D printed. So,
Fun fact, when I black washed it on Thursday morning, it's about 9:30. The con opens at 10. I black washed the whole bottom and then looked up and went, we got to black wash the top.
Oh shoot.
So hit up the booth people and we're like, we need a ladder like right now. And they bring over a ladder and I'm like up there, like I don't have brushes. I only have a spray bottle and a rag. I'm like, there's no way this is going to work. I'm like, can this come off, Steven? And he's like, yeah, it just lifts off. Lifted it off.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Pull it back. Problem solved. But my heart dropped when I looked up and went, oh yeah. The
You know what was
top.
really cool too was that foam was such a good base to work with, because we put like just regular vinyl house paint on it to kind of seal it. And then on top of that, we put this like concrete adhesive paint mixture, something, whatever.
That stuff was cool.
Dude, not only did it look and feel like concrete, when Brian hit it with the black wash, it stained just like concrete. It was
Oh wow.
perfect.
And the drips and everything. Like I would like spray a ton in those little ports right there and around the pipes, and I would just make drips come down
And let it run. Yeah.
So you
That-
guys have no experience with this type of paint or whatever. You just tried it, and it worked.
Well, we had built for anybody that had gone to Celebration Anaheim and had seen the fan displays that we had done for the fan clubs,
Mhm.
that was our first kind of experience building something to that scale with this material, and we used the same kind of paint. We didn't use that concrete paint that Steve
That's
was
what I
talking
mean.
about, but
That's what I mean.
the latex house paint and the foam, that's what all those facades were built, because we wanted it to look like the streets of Navarro from the
That's awesome.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So we used the same company to do this, and we had built for when it was going to be Celebration in 2020. We were going to build Hoth for a Celebration, and we had built one of the booths. It was going to be Echo Base, so we had built one of that. So this was our third kind of booth build with those guys.
And that
it was-
sign, that Heroes and Villains sign.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, chef's kiss on that one.
because it looked like the X. Originally, the first draft had the X there, and then it had Heroes and Villains logo on the glass. And Marvel is like, no, we don't want that down there. And so we put the H&V logo down there and just put Marvel across the glass. And that's what they finally signed off on. And it was perfect.
Dude, and let me tell you, Marvel, when they saw our booth, very happy. We'll talk about that offline.
Nice.
It was so cool. A kid even stood on the bottom too, and nothing happened to it. Steven almost lost it.
It's fragile, but it is structural foam. So it can, I mean, it's rated
Yeah.
it's rated for weight, and it can hold structural weight. So, and they know, I tell them what we're going to do with it, and they pick a material and a thickness, a grade of foam that they're going to use based on what our needs are. So they're not messing around. They're professionals. They do that. Some of the stuff in Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland was foam produced by this company.
That's cool.
And it was 9 feet tall, 10 feet tall, something
It's
like that, right?
9.5 feet tall.
Yeah. Rad. You guys absolutely killed it. Like me walking up to it for the
Amazing.
first time, I was like, I'd seen so many pictures, and it was like, oh, and I was like, I don't usually spray bottle black wash stuff. And it was actually like really easy. It was actually like I
It's
was
the best, dude.
Yeah.
He's the
Spray bottle
best.
black wash is awesome because you could
And then-
drench it
Yeah.
and then just
And because like they put a carpet down, like a foam, and then they vinyled over it, and the spray would get all over, and it just like matched. So like I would just wipe it like a little bit, but I would leave it because the overspray and the mess like matched the whole thing. So it was actually really, really fun to black wash it. So other than scared to not get it on the glass or anything, which I got a little bit on there, but
Okay, here's my workbench.
filmed as Deadpool. Thank you.
Hey, Dad Batchers. This is Stevie Kicks with the Dad Batch Podcast, live in New York City, Comic-Con 2024. Let me show you around the Heroes and Villains booth and show you what we helped with. So you can see right here, we have our in-universe red light from the Weapon X Lab. This was just a simple red light from Home Depot. We put an LED, and Brian, since it ain't easy, did some nice black washing on this and got it in-universe and dirty.
yeah. The spy
Flip
looks
over
good.
here. Here's all the cool Deadpool merch that they got for the show. That jacket is one that I got. Love it with the chimichanga pocket right here.
It says Chimichanga Pocket.
If you
No
follow
way.
me this way, I'll show you the X-ray lab, which pretty much is the Weapon X lab. So you've got the X-ray in use
Yeah.
sign. So Doug from Heroes and Villains actually hand built this. Was a little inspired by the Dad Batch of San Diego's booth, so we did some of that. We got Wade Wilson's X-rays here,
Oh,
so you can see there's something wrong in his medulla oblongata. And we've got his arm here. Clearly, you can see the baby arm is
the baby.
regenerating still.
That's awesome.
And you know what? To be honest, a lot of people don't know what this thing is. I've seen a lot of what is it? What's after millennial? Right?
Gen Alpha.
Gen Z. Gen
Gen
Zers
Z.
are like, what is this? Like they're putting their ear on it, and they're like, I don't know.
I called Tony Stark from
You know
that
what?
numerous times.
That wasn't
This
even
is
a
really
rotary.
cool. This is a concrete floor made out of vinyl. I love it. It looks so distressed.
Cool. Yep, that's cool.
All right, so over here we've got the Logan wall. We've got all the different files on here, and these are actually real files from like in-universe stuff. So the dossier of Weapon X and
redacted.
Logan
Did you guys
with
bring
all
some of
the
those
flaws and
back?
stuff. We helped. Dad Batch helped with those.
You
a little
did?
Bit.
I need one of those.
These are actually real X-ray boxes, real light boxes. I think they got them secondhand used, but they actually like work.
Nice.
It's rad.
Super cool.
I had a lot of fun with those.
Fun fact about these pipes. So normally this would be like hot, ground, and whatever the white wire is, the
Neutral.
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 These are actually empty. There's nothing going to this. Of course, we got Weapon X side right here. This sweater is the one that I talked about last week on the pod. I think this is one of my favorites because when you turn it over, man, look at that. It's the Weapon X dossier all redacted in puffy. I love it. We're almost
cool.
sold out on those. And of course, the coup de grace of the booth.
Coup de grace.
Oh,
The Weapon X
coup de
tank.
grace.
So this was
in there.
conceptualized, designed, modeled, built all by the Dad Batch. Remy did an excellent job, unbelievably excellent job modeling this. It's all made out of foam with a metal internal structure. This is an actual 3/4 inch acrylic tube that we cut
3/4
in
inch.
half. And this is actually a scaled down version because had we had gone like true to like comic accurate size, this thing would have been over 12 feet tall. Right now it's only over 9.5 feet tall. But this is what it
Oh
feels
my
like to come into the booth. Step on the mat, do not touch the glass.
Do not touch the glass, Brian. That's great. That's
You can't
great.
hear. You can't hear.
Probably couldn't hear.
Fantastic.
Because it's like a soundproof chamber. But
Good
that's
job.
it. Heroes and Villains booth, Dad Batch podcast, New York Comic Con 2024.
Yay! That was awesome.
Great,
Nice
great
video,
video presentation.
Yeah, good job.
One take.
Oh,
One
one
take
and
wonder.
done? One take
One
hero?
and done. One take.
That's
And
kind
I
of
was
on
the one
par,
who-
though. That's kind
That's
of
how
on par.
Steven rolls.
That's on par.
It was so fun. Yeah, we nailed that. Steven nailed it. It was awesome.
We're being hailed. This encryption's new. This might take a while.
Okay, gotta find my notes here. Okay. Starting off with a little bit of book news. So there's no way that you guys aren't gonna get me with jokes about the name of this thing. So a little bit of book news. So there is a new book coming up. I love the artwork on this though. So the and I'm juggling. I'm on my laptop. Why are you guys laughing?
The beast here.
Thank you. See there you go. That's what. Get it out of your systems. I'm waiting.
What's the name of the book?
The name of the book.
The Bestiality?
Star Wars Bestiary Volume 1.
Oh my!
Not to be
God.
confused with what you're giggling about.
Oh my god!
And I do think that they should have maybe thought of a different name because they really did set us up to have an awkward news segment here. But look at the artwork on this. This is actually pretty cool. The
Oh, they got the one.
so it's done up like a field journal, like you know how like
That's cool.
the folks will go out and like they're studying animals, the different creatures in their different biomes, and they'll do the little sketches and then kind of document the different behaviors and things. So you've got like these hand drawn sketches of the different creatures. So I like this art style and I like the way that they approach the book.
This is just like what's that Harry Potter spinoff that they did? The Fantastic Beasts.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go back to the last one. The
Oh, yeah.
Jugga.
Hold up.
The other one.
The Lugabeast from Force Awakens.
Oh, cool.
That's the thing that Rey like rescues BB-8 from.
Yeah. What does
Yep.
his face look like? I'm so curious.
It's in a cage.
Underneath
Oh,
the
yeah.
droid looking head thing or whatever. But it's all done up like a kind of an in-universe book about the creatures. So yeah, it's called Star Wars Bestiary Volume 1, Creatures of the Galaxy. So the book is out. You can pre-order it now. Sorry, I'm juggling too many windows. Pre-order it now. It's out on November 5th. If you pre-order it, it'll ship starting on November 5th, and it costs about $40. So next up, so we are now at the 6 week mark and counting for Skeleton Crew. And unless you've been living under a rock for the last several years, you'll know that the 6 week mark is when Disney and Lucasfilm really crank up the hype machine up to 11 for anything upcoming. So buckle up because it's going to be Skeleton Crew from here on out. At this stage of the game, we're still mostly getting little media quotes and stills and things like that. So being released to the usual media outlets. So we'll go back to the, you guys thought it was what you thought it was Diddy or whatever. So this one, and we don't know his character's name. It's oh wait, do we have another another guest joining us?
He's on a boat.
I'm
You got
on
your
a
flippy
boat.
floppies?
Oh, I think we need to pause the news and hear from our hear from Dadpool. How you doing, dude?
Can you turn your phone sideways? Yeah.
Yeah,
There you
there
go.
it is. Look at that.
He's on a boat.
He's on a boat.
Yup.
You got your flippy floppies.
What's up, guys?
We've got all 6 of us here right now. This is
Wow.
This is a first. Somebody take a screenshot.
Oh, hey, hold up. I'm gonna get that screenshot. Got it.
Oh, wait.
Posterity
Since
sake.
everyone's on here, because I know Luke's probably gonna like dip out in a minute, and
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and show this live on the show because it's not gonna be a secret anymore. I want to show you guys my next costume that I'm working on.
Oh. I know
Is it
what this
Ned?
is.
Is it Ned from Spider-Man?
Yes, it is. It is. Luke, I can smell you from here.
Is that because he stole my costume?
It's stuck
Yes.
in his nose. It's like permeated his sinuses.
I've
You've infiltrated Brian.
passed on my DNA.
Brian knows what costume it is. So my goal is to have this ready for San Diego next year, San Diego Comic-Con. And I've already contacted the top makers in the industry for
Oh, dang.
the bodysuit for everything that I need. It's not going to be a cheap build.
Yeah.
Was this the muscle suit question you asked on your stories like a week ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Hold on.
my Lord.
Oh, he just disappeared.
And he hung up on us.
He hit
That's
the wrong
not
button.
good.
Yeah.
Invisible Man.
Luke, we're gonna make a candle that smells like your suit.
That's perfect. It's Ode Deadpool.
Yeah.
It's French.
It's called Luke's Deadpool suit sent.
Trademark, copyright.
It's called
Bad
it's called
Chimichanga
OD 69.
included.
You can actually get that.
Ah, Juggernaut.
Oh, dude.
I'm gonna tear you in half now.
Oh gosh, that's awesome.
I'm gonna
Whoa,
grab
is
the
that
little
printed?
guy.
Oh my gosh, that is sick.
Is that printed? Yep. Whoop.
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
dude.
My
Put that on the big screen. Put
I'm
it on the
trying.
big screen.
I'm trying. I don't know why it's not switching the layout.
That is rad.
Can't see it.
There it is.
Oh my
Good
gosh, look at that
Lord.
thing.
What is that, Steven? Elaborate.
I'm gonna tear you in half now. This is my Juggernaut costume from Deadpool 2.
What's it made out of?
It's 3D
What's it-
printed.
Wow.
Wow.
Dude.
Juggernaut.
How did you get that home?
Where
It
did
was
you
in
get
Sandy-
that from?
Yeah,
He
what's the origin?
Plane.
I was walking out. I was leaving LA Comic Con, and
Oh, okay.
and there was a booth that this guy had just like a bunch of 3D printed stuff. And this was sitting like on the very, very top of the shelf of his booth. And I saw it and it looked beautiful. And I was like, oh my God, I've never seen one in person. Cause like I've seen the files for it, but no one's ever like actually like attempted to print it. And I was like, is that resin casted or is that like foam or something? Cause it just looked too good. He was like, no, it's 3D printed. And he pulled it down for me. And it is like the most perfect finished
looks
3D
nice.
print I've ever seen.
It looks good.
That
Did
looks
you
looks
paint it?
really good.
No, he painted it.
Paint it.
Oh,
my
it's
God.
finished.
It's fully finished, guys.
Oh man.
It
And,
looks
like,
good.
It's,
It looks great.
it's giant. It's enormous.
It is pretty big.
That's what she said.
Can you make it fit you correctly? Like like that.
Yeah, I just
Yeah, I
gotta
guess
add
so. I
foam
guess
and
so.
stuff.
You just gotta pat it
But
out.
I'm gonna wait to do that until I get the Mosa suit and all that.
Oh
You
my
could
God.
almost put a helmet inside of it,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like
like a
Like
Yeah,
where
like a hard hat liner inside.
like
Yeah.
a skateboarding helmet. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Dude, that is so sick.
Dude, Steven, you're so happy right now. Look at your face.
That looks awesome.
So he told me about this when we were in New York, but he didn't show me anything. But he told me the story about how he got the helmet and then the muscle suit and everything. So
Yeah,
That's
because you
rad.
messaged me, Steven, about the suit.
Stevie
Asking about-
Jugs, big jug energy.
big jugs.
my juggernaut.
The-
Juggernauts. My
Milk jugs
juggernauts.
bring all the boys to the yard.
Dude. Hell yeah, Stevie.
I'm the juggernaut.
All right.
Oh, we need a Colossus now. Who's doing Colossus?
Ooh.
Joe?
Joe. Dude,
No, I
You got
want,
the best-
I want, I
you got
want
the
Joe
best
to
figure.
do. I want Joe to do Shatterstar with the eye,
Oh yeah, dude.
with the
I
eye
mean,
makeup.
and
Yes.
the wig,
The white leather
the
jacket.
rock star wig. Yeah.
Really, I just want to see Joe wearing eyeliner.
From Mojo
Oh,
World.
God.
I can Photoshop that for you, Stevie. Really easy.
Oh yeah, right on.
Do it. Do it.
Oh man.
Joe is Shatterstar. That'd be great.
Oh,
That's cool, Steven. That's right.
Oh, and then I should
That is
also
cool.
say, man, this is like I didn't get to finish my workbench. And then I'll also say, by the time that you're listening to this show on your podcast app, make sure to go to our site, thedadbatch.com, because the t-shirts that Luke made, An Appetite for Construction, are now available on our website,
Yay.
dadbatch.com. 100% of those proceeds are going to go towards the foundation that Brian mentioned earlier for the North Carolina relief. And that will be through the end of November, I believe. So you have until December to purchase.
Dude. So sick. That's great.
Juggernauts.
That's awesome.
He'd been thinking about that one for a while.
Juggernauts.
He's like, Juggernaut. I've been thinking too. I can't come up with anything.
Dude, I'm gonna get scooting. I got another drink ticket I gotta use, and we're not too far from the harbor we're docking at. So
Don't fall off
Better
the boat.
hurry.
no promises. Usually I fall
Yeah,
off boats
drink,
pretty
drink.
easily. So hey, love you guys. I'm super proud of the NY boys doing what they did out there and Randy
That was
for
awesome.
building the super dope Weapon X tank. I don't know if you got there yet. Spoilers, but guys,
Yep.
so sick.
Have fun docking with your boys.
Hey, don't threaten me with a good time. All right, boys.
See you, buddy.
Late.
Bye, Rick.
Later, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, brother. Went PG to rated R, back to PG. All in 5
Okay.
seconds.
Back to the news.
Back
P
to-
Diddy.
Okay.
It's Kanye,
Yeah,
bro.
back to Z- So this is oh gosh, the name. All right, Tunde Adebimpe. Today, one of the announced cast. We don't know
Bless
his
you.
character's name. It's just the picture is just
No.
titled "Today Adebimpe looking at the stars."
Can't even
So,
see the fuck.
Again, we're gonna get it's super dark. You get zero detail.
No,
out of it.
I had it small. I just made it.
Oh
bigger.
no, but
So,
still,
so hold on
like,
a second. This is the still from Skeleton Crew.
Yes.
I don't think those are stars
No.
because they're
Yeah,
two.
I was-
they're two
Exactly.
even.
Those are
I
not
was going to
stars,
say that's
dude.
not stars. That's like a grid of some sort.
The Matrix. Crossover? No.
Tron.
What's that? No, it looks like a shield generator of some,
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
kind.
It's
Yeah,
Starlink.
maybe
It's
some
Elon
kind of ray
Musk.
shield.
Shield generator.
Could be.
It will be operation.
I guess we'll find out real soon.
Zoom in. Can you zoom in? Maybe it's like little
Enhance.
I don't.
enhance.
I don't think I can do that. With
Oh,
this.
little
That's my
bottles of
thing.
baby oil. Was that little bottles of oil?
That's what's shining. The Johnson & Johnson logo.
Mhm. Moving
Oh.
on. So we get a picture of the kids kind of out in the woods. I think there's some shots in the trailer that we've seen that's kind of from the same setting, but not this
Dude.
particular scene.
Snuffleupagus
Tree.
is cool, man.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
kid is cool.
Totally.
Is this isn't the same species as like Droopy McCool, right? Or not Droopy McCool, Max Rebo. That's what I'm saying. Or is it?
Gotta be.
It is. It is.
Is it? Okay.
No, because Max has those plays with
Yeah,
his feet,
Max
right?
Max
plays with
plays with his feet.
Guys,
right? So, like,
remember, modern Star Wars.
Ugh.
They do what they want.
I guess.
The Nictos in the modern Star Wars all wore gloves. They don't wear
And
gloves. They have spikes on their hands.
And this one has
Feel me?
this one has hair. So he's got like a little hair on the top of his
They
head.
do what they want.
You know what? Maybe
variant.
maybe Max Rebo is musically inclined with his feet
How do we know Max wasn't in an accident?
Oh, there.
because he has arms.
Yeah.
But he doesn't use
He's,
them.
ha-
Like one
he's
of those
handy.
like one of those dudes that can, like play the guitar with their feet.
Maybe
I've
there's
seen
some inbreeding going in Max's family, and that's how he ended up with
Well.
who knows?
He's
Never know.
he's handy capable. Watch your mouth.
Well,
Capable.
just saying.
Capable.
But we'll find out. We'll find out because everyone's saying yes, no. Who knows? We'll see.
So
Snuffleupagus.
another shot of the kid, one of the kids, looking up at who knows, maybe the Matrix or the grid or whatever it is that's up at the sky that was from the first slide.
Go,
Not
go
clear.
back one slide. Go back one slide.
He's
I like this patch that they have going on their jackets, whatever that is.
Yeah, and I think I was looking at this shot earlier on my computer, and I think on the lapel of the jacket, the same patch is present on this one. Or here you can see it; it's there, same
Mhm.
kid.
On the pocket there,
Um,
yeah.
Yeah, on the pocket.
Hmm.
So at least 3 of the 4 kids. Whoops, I'm jumping around too much. Sorry. At least 3
Oh,
of
is
the 4 kids have it.
I like Cyclops' look. She's got it going on.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say she looks like a battle sister, but you guys don't
Yeah.
know what that is.
Is that Warhammer?
He's got Velcro strap shoes. Very
Good
functional.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess.
that's very space age.
Those are the best, man. In kindergarten,
Yeah,
track
we had
shoes.
Velcro
Kangaroos.
shoes for
Remember
kids, yeah.
kangaroos
Yep.
in tracks from
Oh,
Kmart?
yeah.
We call them canguros.
Skeleton Crew is produced by is it Jon Favreau?
I think
believe so.
Favreau's executive producer on pretty much all the live action shows.
He was.
Maybe minus Acolyte.
Yeah, this is so John Watts is the director and showrunner and producer
Okay.
and executive producer. This is like a John Watts production.
Mhm.
And then the executive producer is also Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and Kathleen Kennedy. But anytime that you have Favreau and Filoni on a production,
It's going to be
Yep.
a safe bet, right?
Yeah,
it's a safe bet. Yeah.
I actually have a good feeling about this show. So
I want to be happy about these shows.
yeah,
Change the
Um,
trend.
I didn't pull any pictures of them. They're all over the internet. At New York Comic Con, Hasbro revealed action figure shots of all the action figures, both in vintage scale and Black Series figures for all the main characters in Skeleton Crew, including some of like the pirate and bad guy characters, like the Wolfman guy. Like he's getting like a figure in every scale possible.
It's cool looking, man. That's like retro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they brought him. They brought him to the forefront. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really using that character a lot. And then so one of the directors, David Lowery, spoke about. He was talking to Empire Magazine, and so the series is bringing back the teak, which was a species that was one of the other species that was on Endor back in the old Ewoks Battle for Endor show from like
Oh man.
the 80s, right? Like,
Yeah.
so talked about the teak, confirming that they're going to be hand puppets, just like they were, even though the sets are all the show was filmed on the Volume in Manhattan Beach, right? So he said, I was most excited about having hand puppets on set. It's the most ancient technology being used with the most cutting edge technology simultaneously. That combination was absolutely magical. There's a character in my episode that's the teak from Battle for Endor, and it's just a little hand puppet. It's just, he wiggled his hand. I was like, is he going to get digitally touched up or replaced? Nope. In the final episode, it's just a hand puppet in the middle of this crazy Volume set. The cognitive dissonance of seeing those two things together live in front of you is absolutely incredible.
Dude, that's old school right there for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's right.
But I think these guys are doing a good job pulling the right threads from like old school stuff and new and
when I see those old shots, and Ramey and Brian, I don't know if this happened to you, but like in elementary school, if it was like a rainy day and we couldn't go out on the playground, we would have to go to the cafeteria and the teacher would pull up a TV with the
on the cart with the VCR,
and stick in this tape. And so every time it rained, we have to watch this Battle of Endor. And remember, dude, it's like so long ago, dude. We actually had color television back then.
Oh my gosh, color TV.
Color television.
It's a 24-inch TV on a big rack
Oh yeah, dude, it's a big
for
tube.
30 kids to watch.
and it had
Half third grade
the TV had two dials, and one went from 1 to 13,
Mhm.
Oh
Right.
man,
and
When
and then you would get to like past 13, and then you would have to go to the second dial to go around up from
Yeah.
above 13.
dude, when that cart
Yeah.
when that cart would get wheeled in, you were like, yes, yeah.
Movie time.
Imagine telling your kids these days when they want to play a movie or a video game, put it to channel 3. Be like, what?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
What?
put it to channel 3. Turn on the VCR.
Change the mode.
Take it. Yeah, TV,
Antennas.
VCR.
Antennas. You're trying to watch a show, and it would get all.
Oh, then you have to put a big piece of foil on one end of the antenna.
The
Yeah.
rabbit ears. Yeah.
Also, one you have to actually pick up the phone that's in the living room or in the kitchen. or
Y'all
whatever.
don't even know the struggle.
So the last article that I got for the news, so Daisy Ridley was doing some PR for her latest project, Magpie, and she was asked about Star Wars. And she had this to say about the project. Now, keep in mind, we previously talked about this, and we're hearing that basically the project is on ice, along with a lot of other a lot of other projects that had previously been announced. But her and I think her comment is a little telling and doesn't necessarily contradict what we had heard, but also gives a little more insight. It says things are evolving. I continue to be very excited, and there will be an update soon. So that tells me that it's not necessarily gone, but I don't think it's remotely the same project that it was going to be. So she still got some form of communication with Lucasfilm about a project, but I don't know that it's going to be the same thing that had previously been announced that was going to be helmed by Charmin Obaid Chinoy. So we'll see what comes of that. And that was the extent of what she had to say about it. And that is it for the news.
For your information, the stinger of a Yalvik queen is a delicacy on some planets.
Damn.
It's like,
You had to know it was coming.
No, I didn't. I was like over here. I was looking to the side. All of a sudden, that music got queued up. I'm like, oh shoot, what am I gonna say? I asked on Instagram, "What's your favorite candy?"
You did. Was that on purpose?
Oh yeah.
It was. I already knew it was gonna happen. No, I just asked it, and I didn't know it was gonna be on tonight.
is it for Halloween or just candy? in
Halloween,
general?
specific Halloween candy. Like, what's your go-to Halloween candy?
Candy corn, dude.
You're a candy corn kid.
So, fun fact:
Oh,
take some candy corn,
oh.
grab a handful of candy corn with a handful of peanuts, and it tastes like a Baby Ruth.
Oh no!
there's
The
the
peanuts
peanuts.
again.
He always
Why?
he inserts the
Delicious.
peanuts anywhere he
Why-
can.
Why you
You're
got to take
welcome.
candy corn and ruin it for
Literally.
me, Brian?
It
No,
tastes
no,
like
no.
Baby Ruth. It tastes like Baby Ruth. Try it. It's sweet and salty.
Mm.
You and your nuts, dude.
You and your sweet and salty, bro.
Hot nuts in your
Jeez.
mouth. They're delicious.
Hot nuts, salty.
I
Well,
didn't. I never saw you as happy as you were in New York when you found a booth that sold hot nuts. You were like, "Geez,
You have video proof too.
There's
Yeah.
there's pictures. Yeah, you posted that, right? Please tell me you
It's a
did.
video.
Nut-
Yeah, he did.
nuts
Okay.
for nuts."
Okay,
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Jeez, you and your nuts.
Yeah, I've eaten candy corn, but I'm like Ryan, kind of not into it. Started
The only
off.
time I eat candy corn is just to get a couple of them and I shove them in my teeth to make them look
Vampire
like,
teeth. Yes.
like
Yeah.
vampire teeth. Right? You got to do that. Come on. Yeah. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah. Do you do the orange slice smile too?
Oh,
Put it
yeah.
in there and yeah.
Oh yeah. You have to, and put your lips over it. No.
Mhm.
All right. So candy corn. Raimi, what's your favorite Halloween go-to?
I was gonna say candy now, but it's not one that you like. You don't give candy corn out to the kids that come. Like, but I
You
like.
could. You could be that mean person who puts one in
You
their
could be the
bag.
worst guy ever and give him candy
or
corn.
a handful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just give him peanuts and candy corn. And empty.
But as far as like candy bars are concerned or whatever, I mean, I like Heath, like the ones that have like the and there's a few of them that are similar. Like Heath has like the toffee,
Mm-hmm.
the crunchy toffee in it. Those are good.
Corn balls. Nate, popcorn balls.
Milk duds and sugar babies are good too.
Ooh, sugar babies.
I already know John's answer too, by the way, but I'm gonna let him say it.
He likes that Mexican candy with the chamoy or something. on
No,
it.
that's not.
No.
No.
I-
no.
There's no way.
What? There's no way that I know your answer.
I mean, I think you do.
I do. Are we going to test
Abba
this? It's
Say it
Abba Zaba.
same
Exactly.
time.
It's Abba Zaba.
Wow. You
Dude.
said I know the answer. I was like, son of a bitch.
Dude, don't eat Abba Zaba.
I
if you
wasn't
have a
going to
lot of
take it away
fillings.
from you, but yes, I know it's Abba Zaba.
If you have a lot of fillings, that Abba Zaba is going to do work on those things.
I do have feelings,
yeah.
and they stay in place somehow.
That thing will
Yeah.
rip them out.
Abba
yeah.
Jabba.
Abba, you my only
I'm telling you right now, dude. Try the candy corn with peanuts. Don't be afraid.
Don't
bro.
be scared.
The candy I just chose has peanut butter.
That's what I'm saying. Don't be afraid.
Peanut butter's bomb.
Why would I be afraid? I chose the candy.
It literally tastes like baby Ruth.
I don't want that. Abba Zaba.
Ruth.
Or
Ruth.
Let John have his answer,
Baby
Brian.
Ruth. He did.
Bro, no one wants boiled nuts in their sweaty palms, all right?
I don't like boiled nuts. Boiled
I like
nuts are
boiled
not
nuts, and
good.
you
I
Get them
don't
out of
like
your dusty
those.
pocket in your sweaty hand, and you
That
throw
is
them
a
in your
very
face.
southern thing, and I am not a fan of that.
Boiled nuts.
Steven.
Oh, as a kid or as an adult?
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, this lifetime or
So it's changed then, I guess.
as a kid, it was Tootsie Rolls.
Oh yeah.
But like specifically, like I would line them up like I would when I would separate all my candies, I would line up the little Tootsie Roll, the long Tootsie Roll, and then the Tootsie Roll brick. The one that like takes you like an hour to eat.
Dog
that was
Dookie?
my- yeah,
It looks
Yeah,
like a
that one.
turd.
yeah,
That one.
yeah. Because then you could like roll it in your hands, heat it up a little bit, and then make it look like a turd. And you'd be like, "Look, Dad, I'm gonna eat a turd."
And you guys are making fun of me for eating candy corn and peanuts.
Well, I'm not the one mixing like the worst two things. I'm just eating a Tootsie Roll. Anyway, and then as an adult, I have found that the like the high end chocolate, if you will, of Halloween is to get the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, the pumpkin, because they only make it at a certain time. So when you eat those, it is the freshest peanut butter cup you can get.
Good call.
Ooh, I keep
Seasonal.
hearing about the. I haven't had one yet.
Yeah.
Pumpkin.
Steven's right. They do Easter ones too. They're egg shaped at Easter time.
But that
And
makes
egg-
sense.
you can get
Anything
Christmas
seasonal is
ones, yeah.
fresh.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can get Christmas tree ones at Christmas time too. So yeah,
Mm.
and you don't have to mess with the paper wrapper, taking the paper cup thing off of those
Mhm.
the shaped ones. They just right out of the plastic and go.
I always like the paper wrapper.
Oh,
Like,
and you know what's so
something
good?
about it. Drrrr.
You know what's so good with like a perfectly fresh Reese's peanut butter cup? You just get like a whole like handful of nuts and you just mix them up.
Tastes just like Reese's with a hand
got-
of
With,
sweaty
with a
bold
bunch of nuts on them.
You just got done talking about dog turds. So
Dude, when you're a kid, it's
Tootsie
like
Roll, man.
funny. I think we know what Joe likes.
Yeah. Well, I like, of course, the Sour Patch are good, right? But yeah, chocolate and peanut butter, man, it's just a great mix. Chocolate and peanut butter, it's a good mix. So Reese's, but even man, chocolate and caramel, like Rolo. Remember Rolos? Like
Rolos.
Rolos are
Or caramellos.
Oh,
Caramello.
Ooh, caramellos are bomb.
Caramello.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just learned that Shaq has gummy heads and it looks like Steven.
Bro, he just puts his face on anything.
He
He has a nice tea, the Shaq tea.
Yeah, he's like whatever.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
it does
Steven's
look
got a mannequin of himself behind him.
It literally the gummy
Filled with
Shaq,
caramel.
I almost bought him and it looks exactly like Steven.
Awesome.
Oh, brother.
Very
Good question.
nostalgic. Very nostalgic.
that was a good
Yeah.
Q&A.
KD
Yeah.
in the chat was saying making s'mores with the Reese's cups instead of Hershey bar.
Yep,
I've heard
I've
of
done
this.
that.
I haven't tried it. I've
Oh,
heard of it. I
That
bet it's good.
sounds brutal. Yeah.
Mhm.
Dude,
I'm-
I'm gonna
I'm
get
in.
diabetes. Diabetes.
Diabetes. Diabetes.
It is Halloween.
You guys have Halloween plans? Do you guys?
I already said mine.
We're gonna hand out candy.
Why not? Yeah, hand out candy.
We're on a
We're-
just, I wish every house did that. Not every house does it. I don't know why.
It's tough.
It's cultural. Depends who
the-
lives there.
The trunk or treats are just like we talked about that last year. The trunk or treats are so popular these days because you don't know whose house you're going to, and I
That's
feel like a
part
lot
of
of
the allure. Am I
I
going
feel
to
like
get killed
a lot
and
of
kidnapped?
parents though. The parents are out with the kids. At least at our house,
Yeah.
like our neighborhood,
Yeah.
you see like high schoolers on their own, and I'm looking at them like really, like, at least put on a costume. Get out of here. But the
Oh yeah,
younger
they're not,
ones
no
have-
costume.
the younger ones have their parents right there and at least standing nearby, so there's no fear.
Our OG neighborhood, you would walk around with your kids, and then like some of the houses were like the party houses, and they were like, "Oh, come in," and they'd give the kid tons of candy, and then they'd hand you a beer or a Jello shot. It was awesome.
That sounds-
I'm sorry.
A Jello shot.
Dude, you'd have the same parents coming back and forth, like, "Hey, get some more candy."
my
you gotta
kid
get
is,
a beer.
my kid needs
You
more
gotta-
candy.
Yeah.
So wait, is next week a Halloween special, Steven? It's the day before we're recording the day
course.
before Halloween.
Of course.
Okay.
So you're all expected to come in costume.
Oh darn.
I will. I know what I'm wearing. I already
got
know.
it.
I got it.
I got a
All
2.
right.
I'm gonna win.
Mr. Peanut.
No, nope. I'm gonna.
He's
win.
gonna wear a peanut suit.
Mr.
With a
Peanut with the monocle and
The
the
top
top hat.
You guys want to do a live costume contest on next week?
Challenge
Of
accepted.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Of our.
We'll let the listeners vote who has the best costume.
Challenge accepted.
Oh.
Oh, wait, we gotta set some ground rules or something. Like, are we?
No.
We're not.
No. No.
Well, Mando's gonna. You're gonna try on your Mando for the first time ever, Brian?
No. Mine will not be Star Wars.
No. He said no.
Mine's not Star Wars either.
I guess mine isn't either.
We'll talk about that offline.
Okay.
We'll figure something out.
Sure.
But yeah. Well, I think that's going to do it for us today, guys. If you enjoyed listening to the show, feed that algorithm and leave us a 5-star review on your podcast app. Be sure to include that cake emoji for our buddy John. Oh, and don't eat the onions from
Did you guys
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
McDonald's, yeah.
My goodness. Good
Yeah.
luck with your onions.
Hold the
people.
onions at McDonald's. folks.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Bone apple
Hold-
tea.
This is a McDonald's, sir. You can follow me at Stevie.Kicks on Instagram, sometimes on X. Gentlemen, let the listeners know where they can find you. Brian?
At Heroes and Villains.
No, New York's over.
I don't care. I love those guys. I love you guys, Heroes and Villains.
John?
Nothing clever. Alpha Ignition.
Raimi? Or Jean-Baptiste Zon Croissant?
TheDadBatch.com.
Zorg.
And Joe.
Tech Dog Bad Batch. Moving to Texas. Blah, blah, ha, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my god.
Thank you again, everybody, for listening to episode 111 of the Dad Batch podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for episode 112. And until next time, enjoy your spice responsibly.
Night night, babies.
Yes. Even.
It's so awesome.